Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be focusing on what you might call the dark side of the collection room. This is all horror, and I'm going to go through everything on the shelves. Rearranged a fair bit, so I hope you enjoy it. Hope you're having a great October so far. Not too long till Halloween now. Hit the like button on the video for me, appreciate that, and subscribe if you haven't done already. Check me out on Instagram at DKnight333. Oh, so you got my personal copy Halloween 2018 mask, which I just recently rehaired for the third and final time. Finally found the perfect hair for H40s, and my personal copy is just a thing of beauty, man. Like I've said before, I don't even know how I did this. I do them often, the H40 mask, but this one, I can't even explain how it turned out the way it did. It's incredible. And now with the new hair, more tight to the head, not as much hair on the mask, and the right colour and the right kind of matted nasty look that it has. It's even better than it was before. A life-size Chucky and a Mezco one, which I really love. I think they're both based on Chucky from part 2, which is my favourite Child's Play movie. So I've got his good guy doll version, life-size, and the Mezco Evil Chucky, Child Play 2 version. I took some inspiration from my buddy Mark in Ireland and bloodied up the wound where the knife stuck in. Made that look really nasty. I love those two pieces. Still waiting for a really good, accurate 1/6 scale Chucky to go up here with my icons of horror in 1/6 scale. Hopefully one day soon. And then we have some of my Art the Clown collection. Not everything. I couldn't fit it all in the section here I created. I took away the Predators to make way for an Art the Clown section just for this video. So you got the Mezco doll back there, which is the same size and made by the same company as that Chucky. They really do an amazing job with the likeness on these. I mean, it's actually quite difficult to capture David Howard Thornton's Art the Clown perfectly, but Mezco managed it with this. Absolutely amazing. I still need to pick up the Scream version of these guys. It looks really good, and there's a couple of others. I'm sure they're all fantastic. Then you got this custom statue which I got on Etsy based on the first movie. Everything has been reviewed on the channel already if you want to get a better look at it, folks. You got the Mezco Toys 1/12 scale Art the Clown figure. Absolutely amazing piece. Check out the recent video I did where I compared this one to the NECA figure here. That's a really good figure. Love that one. Still need to get the clean version. And Sienna in the background. And we have the costume shop version. And I got all the other ones as well, but I didn't have space on the shelf here. Recently showed them on the channel. There's another Mezco Art the Clown. This one's a little bit more of an actual kind of plushy doll situation, but again the likeness is on point. Love this little Lego Art the Clown. Got him on eBay. Very cool. And that is, yeah, there's a fair bit of Art the Clown action, and there is more, but that's the Candlelight Corner statue which I got on Etsy or eBay, I can't remember. There's a video on the channel back when I first got it giving you all the information. Alright guys, that is that section. Let's move on to the werewolves. So I did have to extend the werewolf section a little bit to accommodate the Great Wolves 1/12 scale figures. Some of the best looking werewolf figures you will ever find on planet Earth. Probably for quite some time. Maybe ever. Check them out. And you got Jack and David by NECA there from American Werewolf in London. Two essential figures. Absolutely love them. And that's a cheaper option if you want a slaughtered lamb sign. There is one out there for about £130, but I got that one for well, dirt cheap really. I think about £25-30 on eBay, I think it was. Possibly Etsy. Check out the video back when I first did it. I can't remember nothing these days, folks. My brain is turning to mush. There is the Dog Soldiers Sota Toys werewolf, and there's a boxed one up there. Really cool. Favorite horror movie of all time. Very nice to have a boxed one of these. They're getting very rare now. I love the box art for Jack and David there by NECA, so I'll put it above the collection on the wall there on display. And the Kessler Wolf box, absolutely stunning. A gift from my girlfriend under there. Cool werewolf sitting on some skulls. My repainted Howling Werewolf by NECA. And that's the repainted one. And then you've got the stock one over there. You got this cool American Werewolf in London bust by Sota Toys, and that was limited to 1,000, I think. So it's very cool to have that. There's a repainted Veteran William Werewolf. And there's a stock one back there. And there's the Wolfman lurking in the back. There he is. The classic. You can also get that figure in black and white. Got a cool VHS style Blu-ray of American Werewolf in London in the back there. That was like an HMV exclusive. Looks like an old VHS. Comes with a poster. Some good stuff. You got some 1/12 scale werewolves here by Cool Models. Got an amazing Howling mini statue there. Comic-Con exclusive. That's a really, really nice piece. I'll just leave it in the box. You got the Toony Terrors Jack and Werewolf set. That's really, really nice. And you got a Cool Models 1/6 scale werewolf. That's going back a while now. That's an old piece. And I still have it and I still love it. And we have the Syndicate Collectibles Howling 1/12 scale figure here. Check out the official Syndicate Collectibles Instagram page. Some dude makes amazing stop motion videos for him. And he recently did one with the Howling Werewolves. It's awesome. There's a Kessler Wolf by NECA. That's the one I've bloodied up a little bit. And he's leaping forward thanks to the awesome custom stand made by Matt Weaver at Wicked Designs on Instagram. He can make you some awesome stands. Got an old Doctor Who werewolf action figure down there that's got a lot of potential for customization and turning into something better. Great articulation, really good head sculpt on it, but it's from Doctor Who. So yeah. Up there we have the original custom head sculpt for my 1/6 scale custom Eddie Quist werewolf from the Howling made by David Eason. I keep that on display there because I did get an upgraded head sculpt. We'll take a look at that in a moment. And back there you got the Syndicate Collectibles Howling box, which I love, and one of the Nightmare Demons by NECA. And you've got a cool Wolfman bust by Sideshow Collectibles back there. Alright, I think that's all the werewolf stuff. Most of it anyway. So then we'll quickly take a look here at the Caustic Plastic Vampire section. We've got Nosferatu. We've got Bela Lugosi Dracula. We've got Van Helsing, Peter Cushing. And we've got Christopher Lee Dracula. All absolutely amazing museum quality figures. Van Helsing in particular really stands out to me. Just the tailoring, the accessories, just the look of him. That collar, the head sculpt. You get two different head sculpts. The beautiful material, the scarf. The coat's like a lovely kind of felt velvet kind of feel to it. Amazing work. And I love that head sculpt for Christopher Lee. It's purely Dracula through and through. I got my little Halloween 2018 mini bust made by Christopher Nelson. Have a little card there from him and one of the on-set Halloween effects makeup crew badges, which I'm too afraid to put on any of my jackets in case I lose it. And that's my little section there under my mask. Oh, little Shin Godzilla action as well. So that is the bottom shelf, which I'm really liking the look of at the moment. Especially my werewolf big tribute section. Extended. And a little vampire action on the end, with a bit of Michael Myers thrown in for good measure. And now, we will take a look at the top shelf, which is the 1/6 scale Icons of Horror. Alright, well, I'm really liking this little trinity of figures, all based on Tyler Mane's Michael Myers from the Rob Zombie movies. And we've got the Trick or Treat Studios 2007 figure, modified height-wise and weathering on the center stage there. And then we've got the custom Hobo Myers with all the outfit made by Tanila from Tanila's Customs. And then I had to weather the hell out of it. It's got one customs head, Shadow Virgo knife. And you've got Dream Sequence, Halloween 2 Myers. And it's got custom coveralls by Tanila, one's customs head sculpt. Tanila did the axe. And pumpkins, I can't remember where they come from. A couple of pumpkins. But that is a nice little tribute to the Myers that got me into Myers. I was always aware of him, but it was that 2007 film. When I was about 25, 26, I saw it with a friend and became very interested in the character. And really wanted a collectible of him, which ended up being that big quarter scale figure down there. There's a Shadow Virgo knife, real metal and wood. They all have real metal and wood weapons. The tot sculpt is incredible. Did a little bit of weathering on it, but nothing major. Dry brushed the hair a little bit to give it some depth. Weathered the coveralls. It's a pretty clean 2007. Dream Sequence Myers is, well, he's a nightmare, just like what he's from in the movie. A nightmare. A terrifying nightmare of an unstoppable Myers wielding that huge axe covered in blood and rain and nastiness. Look at those hands as well. I think those are spare Tots 2007 hands. Got hold of some spare hands, bloodied them up, because they are perfect for all your Rob Zombie Myers 1/6 scale figures. You can't beat those hands that this came with. And that Shadow Virgo hunting knife is a thing of beauty. Super sharp, really tough. Best custom weaponry out there. Wanted a really good Hobo Myers for a long time. And I finally got one I can be proud of. And then we've got Hellraiser Pinhead by Mezco. He's 1/6 scale, but he's pretty much a statue. The arms and wrists turn a little bit. That's about the only thing you can move is the arms, but the likeness is spot on. And that was my buddy Steven sent me that. He also sent me the Free Zero figure, which resides down there because I haven't got the space to display two up here on the shelf, but I'm always torn as to which one to display. I should probably switch it up from time to time. I do prefer the statue though by Mezco. It's just a better likeness. That's a really good option, folks. If you want a Pinhead, they're not the easiest figures to come by, even custom wise. You just don't really see that many around. So if you're a 1/6 scale collector and you're building up a horror icon collection, try and track down this Mezco 1/6 Pinhead. Okay, and then we have the newest arrival to the collection, and probably my favourite figure now in the entire collection, because it's just something I couldn't ever imagine getting my hands on, but David Eason made it happen. It's a 1/6 scale custom Dog Soldiers Werewolf. And that is the film poster up there. My favourite horror movie of all time. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. Try and watch it in time for Halloween this year. But David did such a good job with this. Tall, menacing, ferocious, evil looking creature. One of the scariest werewolf designs ever. And David even made a big diorama for him to stand on. Amazing job on the sculpt, the sharp teeth, the fur, the hair work, as always, is incredible. Don't really pose him much. I just kind of imagine it like you walked into a film museum and they happen to have the Dog Soldier's suit on display behind glass, and it would usually be in a museum pose like this if it were on display. And it's like a shrunk down 1/6 scale version of it. It's kind of also mimicking the pose from the poster, or at least the shadow, with the hands kind of turned in. But a truly powerful presence in the room, stands above everything else around it, and draws your attention effortlessly. Alright, then you got the Perfect 78, one of the best 1/6 scale custom 78 Myers figures on planet Earth. There are many others out there that are just as good, but this right here is one of the best. You got a Shadow Fergo real metal and wood knife, the Mad Bug V2 custom head sculpt painted and haired by Silent Surfer, final run Young Silk coveralls, Bruce Banner body, T1000 2.0 hands at the moment, and some real accurate boots, a Beta Metallic pumpkin from years ago, and a little telephone, can of beer. There's a Chucky down there. That's a, what's it, retro cloth NECA figure? I mean, he's not quite 1/6 scale, but he'll do for now. There's the shape. And I think with the announcement and the early looks we're getting at the video game coming out next September, I think interest in Michael Myers is picking up again, which is really nice to see. There's my custom Part 2 Freddy's Revenge Freddy Krueger figure. I've got two custom head sculpts, both from the second movie. And I do have another figure set up, a custom Freddy that's from Part 3, with an accurate Part 3 head and hat. He's just not on the shelf at the moment. But I love this figure. There's me other Part 3 Freddy on the shelf. And there's also an unmasked Halloween Kills Myers over there as well. There's my 1/6 scale Art the Clown. I've had a couple of these over the years. I even had a Santa one set up, but I kind of dismantled him. Wasn't 100% satisfied with how it turned out. Bit of a perfectionist. Looking forward to the day when another 1/6 scale Art the Clown is announced by either Trick or Treat Studios or another company. I would just like another option. At this point, something else to work with. And Trick or Treat Studios Halloween Kills Myers, which I've done quite a bit of work on. I swapped out the body. He's got Shadow Fergo real metal Halligan tool, which is amazing. You got an unmasked Myers head down there, and did weather him up a lot. Added in all the bullet holes and blood, and weathered the mask, repainted the mask. Did a lot of work on that. He's looking excellent. Really nasty. I mean, look at the back. He's all kinds of messed up. Gory. Very, very cool. You got quite a bit of blood work on the side there as well. Bullet hole in his shoulder is really gnarly as well. Oh man, I just really want Tots to at least show the Halloween Ends figure. I spoke to Alex Ray from Tots, one of the main sculptors, and he did say they definitely are doing it, but not for a long time. But that was about a year ago that he said that, so we might be getting closer now. Got this as well, Captain Spaulding. I left him packaged up. So you've got the 1/12 scale Syndicate Collectibles pumpkin head. See, he looks like he's just thrown on the floor, but he's not thrown there. It's very specific. He's leaning up against a 1/6 scale Ryu punching bag, so he's safe. And yeah, just looks like chaos, but it's organised chaos, folks. Alright, then we've got Ash Williams by Asmus Toys from Evil Dead 2, but he does have a copy of the Sideshow head, which I got on eBay, which is very, very good. And then we have Patrick Bateman by Iconic Studios. Did a little bit of extra blood work on him. And it's such a good movie. An amazing figure. And we got Sideshow Collectibles David from the Lost Boys, which looks fantastic hanging upside down. So I have to display him that way. His feet still creep me out. That's a really, really solid figure, at least with this head sculpt it is. The regular one that it also comes with, not crazy about it. but this look, you can definitely make the figure work, and it's very unique in a collection. And then we got the big 1/6 scale Syndicate Collectibles Pumpkinhead, and they absolutely killed it with their Pumpkinhead stuff. Also got their 1/10 scale statue of Pumpkinhead, which comes on a beautiful diorama, but that's Syndicate Collectibles as well. Really hoping to see some more stuff from them announced in the near future. But the big guy here is incredible. Very posable, comes with 3 different head sculpts, and the big cross, and a hand to hold it with. Balances pretty well, but best to have a stand for something like this, just in case. I'm actually using the stand that came with, originally, this werewolf here from David Eason, same guy who made the Dog Soldiers werewolf, and that stand has come in very handy for Pumpkinhead. It's perfect for him. I might paint the white parts of the stand black, or maybe that would make it stand out too much. Probably just leave it the way it is, but it's subtle enough. At least I know that there's no chance of him falling over. Look how accurate the face is, and this is just one of 3. Excellent. Oh, they might still have it on Mad About Horror. I saw it was on there. They had one in stock for a very reasonable price. That's madabout-horror.co.uk. They ship worldwide and they have it. And I would not hesitate on this one, folks. Okay, and then we have Eddie Quest from The Howling. Best werewolf design ever seen in any movies, I think. It's debatable. It's up for debate, isn't it? But I do think these are the scariest, the most evil werewolves. Well, Dog Soldiers, pretty damn evil, pretty damn intelligent. Basically hunting like a real wolf pack would, but with the intelligence of a human added into the mix. Really creepy. But Eddie Quest is a psychopath and a werewolf. It's not a good mix. And this updated head sculpt is a lot more accurate than the first one, but I still love that first one. And David even managed to get some strings of saliva, even shipped all the way from America to here in the UK, and they remained intact. And you can even make out the saliva strings from quite a far distance away. Look at those big pointy ears, the terrifying eyes, the big long wolf snout. There's a lot of hair on this figure. Completely custom. Now, since I got this one, David Eason has done like a 2.0, like a revised version with more accurate length arms and legs. Totally different body proportions, I guess. But I'm okay with this one because, to me, there's going to be a lot of my favourite scenes in The Howling take place in the office and outside the car at night when all the werewolves are gathered around the car clawing at it, trying to get in at Karen White. And those scenes when it's someone in a suit, I think the arms would be this long. On the big kind of puppet animatronic thing that they restored a couple of years back, that we've all seen the pictures of Dee Wallace standing beside it, that would be, I guess, what the updated body is based on with the longer arms. But there are a lot of scenes in the film where it's the dude in a suit, you know, when she's in the corner of the office and she's about to turn the light into his eyes and blind him and he's kind of swiping at her. You know, those are the moments where it looks like a guy in a suit, in which case I think the arms would be about this long, unless he was wearing arm extensions, you know, holding on to extensions through the fur and had longer hands. I don't know, but that's my justification anyway. This is what it looks like when it's an actor in a suit or a stunt guy in a suit in certain scenes in the film. And then you got the restored animatronic puppet version, which I guess would be like the 2.0 version. And then you got 2018 Myers, which has a Tots head sculpt, custom coveralls by Tanila. I think those are pretty much the stock hands, just weathered a little bit. And it's on a JX02 body, which I had to do a fair bit of modifications, like shaving down the shoulders and the chest and stuff. It was way too bulky. Repainted the Tots head. It came out really good. I do love the 2018 look. I love that movie. He just looks really good standing there. I mean, that really looks like him. All the proportions, dimensions, the shape of the mask, the shape of the hairstyle, the collar, body proportions, all of it. It all looks legit. We got Ghostface by Sideshow Collectibles, but with a Shadow Fergo real metal knife, and Darko Customs custom mask. Got two of those. And got the really weathered one down there by his feet, which you can't see at the moment. And then you got the Dick Warlock Halloween 2 Myers with the Yunsil coveralls, which were very expensive but definitely worth it. Did some weathering on it, bullet holes, blood work, just to take it to that next level. He's got a real metal and wood Elrod knife by Shadow Fergo, of course. Really sharp serrated edge. It's a good H2 until a better head sculpt comes along. That one will serve me well. Just a repainted Tot's head. I do still need to repaint the Blood Tears version that came with the figure originally. And then we got Sideshow Pennywise, probably one of the very best Sideshow 1/6 scale figures ever made by the company. They absolutely killed it with this one. It's an amazing figure. I wasn't that fussed about getting it at first. I was possibly even going to let it, just pass by because I already had this Pennywise. Not the biggest Pennywise fan, but I do love Tim Curry. And one night I was sitting there and I just thought, damn it, just go ahead and get it. Mad About Horror had it in stock, and I just thought, what the hell. And boy, am I glad I did make that decision, because it is a masterpiece. And it turns out you gotta have him. And there's Sideshow Jason up there, the only Jason I have. He ain't perfect. The mask could be a lot more accurate, as could the color of all his clothes. It's the Sideshow figure, you see. And it definitely, could do with, a better figure coming along and taking his place eventually. I hope that we get more options in the future in 1/6 scale for Jason. There's so many versions of him to choose from. But at least he's up there on the shelf with everyone else. And Hot Toys, Bill Skarsgård Pennywise. Probably not as good as the in-art version, but I'm okay with this one. Not the biggest, hugest kind of fan really, but definitely enjoy the movies and realise as a collector of 1/6 scale horror icons, he has to be there. It's a really good figure. Very fun to pose. I did do some weathering all over his outfit, and a little modification to the neck area to get that roughly stuff to come up higher around his jawline. And I got 1/6 scale Jeepers Creepers. I switched out the head on this one at the moment, but I didn't actually repose him. I should have spent a bit more time on that one. Check out the review, well worth checking out. And you got Leatherface by Sideshow Collectibles. Yeah, it's an awesome figure. Also have a 3-0 version below me, and there is Death in 1/6 scale just to finish things off. She's getting really tired now, bless her, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up, folks. Okay folks, thank you for watching the video, and I hope you're having a great October. Halloween on Friday. It's also my birthday on Halloween. I'm going to be 45, which I'm trying to get my head around that. Just keep getting older. There's nothing I can do about it, folks. I don't know if you've run into this in your lives, but yeah. It's relentless. The time, huh? Alright. I still love what I'm doing, folks, just as much as day one when I started. It's all coming from a very genuine place. I hope you guys know that. And for 98.9% of the time I get such a good experience on the community. Very few people give me any grief. You know, I mean, everyone gets grief. You know, as your channel gets bigger, that will happen. It's inevitable. But for the most part, it's a really, really beautiful community with a lot of cool people. And I get so many messages, and it's really difficult trying to keep up with everyone and give everyone the time and attention they deserve, especially with the mask thing that I do as well, because you wouldn't believe how many messages I get on a daily basis about masks. Then plus you got the community getting in touch about, you know, they're a fan of the channel and can you give me any advice about this and that and mods and all sorts, man. It's nuts. I need like 10 secretaries or something, but I don't have any. It's just me with family stuff going on, you know, real life stuff going on at the same time. It's difficult to balance it all. Gets harder as you get older too, but just know that I love you, all of you. Thank you for anyone who's ever helped me out on the channel in any way. I really, really, really appreciate it, and thank you for believing in the channel and sticking with it. I hope you guys have a great Halloween, and I'll see you soon on the channel. You take it easy. Bye bye.